Alrighty, guys, we have a lot of companies to break down in this video because we had a lot of companies report earnings this morning. So we're going to go over EPS, revenue, guidance for all these companies, and we'll break down the charts, maybe the stock market very quickly here in the beginning. So if y'all find value, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and do not forget to follow me on X, guys, at Stas Talk Stocks, link down below. Make sure to go do that. We're almost at 1,000 followers on X. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Yes, I have a 1.5 liter water right here, guys, and today is actually the last day that we're in Italy. We're traveling all day tomorrow, so probably no content tomorrow, and then back to the program on Thursday, Friday. And let me tell you guys, I'm super excited to come back. Super excited to come back. You guys know how that goes after a long vacation. You feel rejuvenated, recharged, and you're ready to get back to the program, right? Or at least that's how I'm feeling right now. And with that being said, guys, let's dive right into it. And right now it's about, what time is it? About noon on the East Coast, 6 p.m. right here where I'm filming this video. And we have all the indexes up a good chunk. The Russell's up 0.5%. Same with the NASDAQ, the S&P's up 0.4%, and the Dow's also up 0.4%. And we have the VIX down about 2.5%. Actually, no, more towards that 3% in the red mark here. And gold and silver, they're selling off as well. Gold is down, let's see, 0.2%. And we have silver down a little bit over 0.5%. And let me actually look at what oil is doing right now. And you guys know that we have big tech earnings after the bell today. And a lot of companies that, reported this morning that we're going to break down in this video. So XLE, which actually, why did I pull up XLE? XLE is down on the day, but oil is probably down as well. Let me see here, guys. Oil's at 83 a barrel. Now it's actually down about $12 a barrel from the recent high, which was at 95 a barrel. We actually hit that back in the end of September. So we're down about 14 a barrel or 12 a barrel, or about 12%, funny enough. So oil is taking a bit of a beating, but overall, you could argue, it's still holding the uptrend by the looks of it, so that's pretty good overall for oil there. Now, if it does start breaking this point right here, we start going under $80 a barrel, that's a different story. We'll play it by ear and we'll see how it ends up playing out. And you guys know SPY and Triple Q, how I feel about these. They're at critical support points right now, support levels. SPY's at 420. If that breaks, we might have some work to the downside. 408, 410 is where it could be going. And Triple Q, let me pull that up. This is also at a big spot of support, right at about 355, 352. If that were to break, we might fill the gap down to 340. That breaks, it could get even worse. But who knows, man? Who knows with these big tech companies set to report? Let me read you what is coming out, or what companies are set to report here after the bell. So we have Microsoft today. Get ready for that, guys. Big company. We have Google, also known as Alphabet, Snapchat, Visa, we have Teladoc, less important, but still one worth watching. And this morning we had a bunch. We had Coca-Cola, Verizon, General Electric, we had RTX, we had 3M, Spotify, we had GM report this morning. So let's run through these very quickly. It's not going to be an in-depth breakdown on all these companies, guys, going through the earnings release or anything like that, or else this video would be just too long. But let's just run through the numbers, the charts, kind of, let's see how these stocks are reacting to earnings. So let's start off right off the bat with Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO, which I was screaming that this stock was way overvalued when it was at $60, $65, and it's taken a bit of a beating, right? As a lot of these value plays, if you will, a lot of the value plays that did well during 2022, or at least they held up, a lot of those have been selling off, right? They took a beating over the last 6 months as a lot of money got rotated into tech, right? We all know that. We saw, Google do very well. They're still doing well. Meta's been crushing. A lot of the money came out of these, quote, safer stocks over the last 6, 8, 12 months, and they went into those tech names, and a lot of money came out of Coca-Cola. You guys can see the stock was in the mid-60s and back in April pretty much, and now it's at the 55 point, mid-50s, and it actually got all the way down to $51 back about 2 weeks ago, guys. So that was a drop of around 20%. So Coca-Cola did get into a bear market, and now it's slowly starting to spike back up. You guys can see today it's up almost 3% after earnings came out. So let me see what they ended up reporting, guys. And this is actually the first time that I'm looking at all these numbers. So holy smokes, they crushed revenue, guys. My goodness, $12 billion versus $10.79 billion expected. So that beat by over $1 billion. Geez, what's going on there? And it looks like they also beat on EPS, non-GAAP EPS 74 cents versus 65 cents expected, and they see full year 23 non-GAAP EPS growth of 7 to 8%. Let's see here, guys. Comparable operating margin was 29.7% versus 29.5% from last year. That's pretty good. Let's see what else here, guys. Let's see. Coca-Cola up 7% to 74 cents, yada, yada, yada. What's their dividend? Wait a second. What's their dividend here, guys? Did they raise it or what? Actually, no. It looks like, wait, did they cut the dividend? No way. It's at 46 cents still. Looks like it's been there pretty steady over the course of the last couple of quarters. But either way, guys, keep your eyes on Coca-Cola here. Pretty good earnings. They beat EPS, beat revenue, and the stock's at a very vulnerable spot. Let me be honest here, as we are pretty overbought. We're right by the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. This could, keyword is could, be a spot where we do start seeing a little bit of selling pressure now, maybe a sell the news event, right? So keep that in mind for Coca-Cola. Let me see what else. Verizon, I actually did see this one. This one's spiking up for at least the last I checked, right, guys? So VZ's the ticker. Yeah, there we go. It's up 8.7%. Massive move here for Verizon stock, guys. Let's see here. They ended up doing Let's come down here a little bit. Where the heck are the numbers here, guys? Looks like they ended up doing, let's see, adjusted EPS of $1.22 versus the $1.11 estimated that beat, and they beat sales 33.3 billion versus 31.36 billion expected, and they see adjusted EPS of 455 to 485 for 2023 versus the 442 expected. That's great. Very good guidance there. Let's see what else, guys. And it looks like here Verizon sees 2023 total wireless service revenue growth of around 2.5 to 4.5%. Not too shabby there, guys. Not too shabby. And this is actually breaking out of, the resistances that we've seen over the past couple of weeks. We're above the moving averages here on the 4-hour chart, which is good, but big but here, guys. We're still in this downwards channel overall. So I'm not getting too excited on Verizon, of course. But if we do start fully reversing out of this channel that you guys, excuse the voice crack right there, that you guys are seeing right here, sure, at that point, more buying could come. We could really get a breakout, but for now, just like Coca-Cola, it's kind of in a similar scenario, at least in my opinion. This could be a fake out rally or sell the news event could be right around the corner. Who the heck knows, guys? Well, I guess it's not sell the news because it looks like people bought the news today. But we'll see if this, if this holds. In other words, let's see if it holds. I think Raytheon reported. Let me see here, guys. RTX. Yeah, they just reported earnings. Let's see what they ended up doing here, guys. The stock's up around 6.5% on the day here. Very big move overall. Let me come down here and see. Let's see here, guys. What's going on? It looks like they did adjusted EPS of $1.25 versus $1.21. That beat, and they beat on sales $18.95 billion versus $18.59 billion. So nice double beat there for Raytheon. It looks like they updated their full year 23 guidance, adjusted EPS from $4.95 to $5.05, now to $4.92 or $4.98 to $5.02 versus the $5.02 expected. All right, pretty much right in line there for EPS. And this is another one that is reversing above the 180 SMA. We actually have an inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour chart, and it looks like we're getting quite close now to the highs from August, right? And you all know what's going on right now in the Middle East. We're not going to get into that in this video, but that is fueling these defense stocks, right? RTX, this is Raytheon. Lockheed Martin, LMT, this is probably up on the day, right? No, it's actually down. Funny enough, it's down. But this is for sure, these stocks are worth watching with what's going on right now geopolitically. And you can see, let me pull up this next name here, guys. Give me a second. Let me go over a couple other ones here. We had Spotify, which is interesting. I actually really love Spotify. The service is great. And just because you love the service doesn't mean the stock is an automatic buy. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, just buy what you use, right? But okay, just because I use Kellogg's here, am I going to go buy Kellogg's stock? No, guys, or whatever parent I don't even know. Is Kellogg's a stock, or is it owned by? It's probably owned by one of the is it General Mills? I don't even know. Or is Kellogg's a stock? Either way, you guys get the point. You're not supposed to just, or you don't just blindly go buy what you use, because yes, you can use a product that's great, but that doesn't mean the company or the stock is worth investing in. I mean, you guys probably know that, but you'd be surprised. A lot of people, they think, oh, because I'm putting Pampers diapers on my baby. And the reason why I thought of a baby is because I see a little baby here on the water bottle. I'm just going to go buy Pampers stock, right? I mean, it's just stupid in my opinion. But either way, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. And Spotify today's up 9% on the day. Very strong. It looks like here, what was their revenue? Ad-supported revenue is up 16%. I see that right off the bat, which is great. Let's see what else here, guys. Let's come down a little bit or up a little bit. Where the heck are the numbers? I mean, I'm not seeing if they beat or missed. Well, clearly they didn't miss, considering the stock is exploding. But it looks like here they ended up doing 35 cents EPS. And mind you, this is in euros, right, guys? So 35 cents. Premium revenue's up 10%. Ad-supported revenue, $447 million. That's up 16%, like I said. And let's see, premium subscribers rose 16% to 226 million subscribers, and total monthly active users rose 26% to 574 million. And I can't be the only one. Let me know in the comments, guys, that's converted from Apple Music to Spotify. And this is coming from somebody that was a loyal Apple user or Apple Music user. I still have an iPhone, a Mac, all that good stuff, obviously. But everybody was telling me, Stas, check out Spotify. Great service, great platform. I was like, nah, I'm the kind of guy usually that finds something that I like and I stick to it. But I gave Spotify a shot, and let me tell you guys, it is 100 times better, in my opinion, than Apple Music. And maybe, this is just me, one person, but maybe a lot of people are making that switch. I mean, their monthly active users are growing like crazy right now, and the stock's breaking out. I mean, you guys can see it's up 9%. We're above the highs from the last couple of months. Multi-month high right now. We're obviously above the moving averages. So my eyes, this is on a one-way ticket to test 180, 182, which was the high from back in July. And if that were to break, man, we could be going even higher on Spotify. So a very strong move here on Spotify. And keep in mind, yes, it is a little bit overbought. So we might get a bit of, selling, maybe a little bit of a retracement. But overall, the bulls are clearly in charge. And this was a very good report for Spotify. So that's pretty much it, guys. We covered a bunch here: Coca-Cola, Verizon, Raytheon, Spotify, maybe one more to make it 5. Let's do 5, an even 5 here. Or that's not even, but you guys know what I mean. So let's see, maybe 3M. Let's pull up 3M and see what they did here. And by the way, hit that like button, guys. Make sure to subscribe here on YouTube. It's completely free. And don't forget to follow me on X at Stas Talk Stocks. That's linked down below. Make sure to go follow me. I'm getting way more active over there on X. So MMM, also known as 3M, is up 5% right now on the day. Let me show you this. They ended up doing adjusted EPS of 268, which beat the 234 expected. That's good. And they also beat on sales, 8.02 billion versus 7.97 billion. So they beat EPS, they beat on sales. And let's see here. They raised their full year 23 adjusted EPS guidance from 860 to 910, now to 895 to 915 versus the 888 expected. That's good. And it looks like here, oh my God, was it at an 11? It was at an 11-year low. My goodness, guys, let me pull up this 3-year chart. Yeah, holy smokes. 3M was at 208. I knew it was bad, but I didn't realize it was this bad. 3M was at 208 about a year and a half, or actually 2.5 years ago. And let's see the all-time high on this thing. Let's see here, guys. Give me a second. 260. Holy smokes. And the thing is, the uptrend, believe it or not, is still holding in the grand scheme of things. If we're looking at this chart, which goes back 40 years at this point, We got way too hot when the stock went to 260 back in 2017. Way too hot. Of course, with the benefit of hindsight. But now looking at it, I mean, come on. Does this take a rocket scientist to tell you it went from $50 in 2009 to 250 by 2018? In 10 years, it pretty much 5x. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell you that this needed to cool off. It ran up too much. And here we are, man. This could be a spot where 3M could be getting interesting. And I know they had a lawsuit. Did they settle on that? I forget. But that was another reason why the stock was getting destroyed. We're not going to get into that in this video. But this is one that could be a bounce back candidate long term. I'm not talking about in the next couple weeks here. Who knows? But 5, 10 years, maybe 3, 5 years. This is one that's on the radar for me. And I'm not telling you guys to go buy or do anything, but just keep an eye on it. Ticker symbol 3M or MMM is the ticker symbol. So yeah, with that being said, guys, hit that like button. And don't forget to get up to 16 stocks for Moomoo. It's free money. Use that link down below or just go to StockSurfest.com/Moomoo. Open up your account and fund it with your initial $100 deposit. You get 5 stocks right off the bat. And by the way, each of those could be valued up to $2,000. And you get another free share of SoFi stock on top of those 5 stocks. And again, that's just with a $100 deposit. And fund your account at least $1,000. You get 10 more stocks on top of those 5 stocks and the SoFi stock, which makes this promo, guys, I'm telling you, a no-brainer. So get on it, use that link down below, or just go to StockSurfest.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, guys, cheers. I'll catch you later.